Recently, I start going to library more and more, and the more I go, the more I feel like I am a student again. When I sit there and I see a lot of students study in the library, I feel like I am one of them. One thing I noticed in the library was there are no more newspaper. And I remember back in the days when I still in Hong Kong with my parents in 1990s, and newspaper is still very popular. And whenever we go to a dim sum restaurant, my dad would buy a newspaper to read and take the time to enjoy the food in the restaurant. And they would buy me a small comic books, those Japanese comic books. And back in the day, I have a lot of them, and we spend time just to read something and then chit chat at the restaurant. Even at home, uh, I also have a lot of comic books in the bathroom instead of a smartphone nowadays. And I miss those days, and I actually still have some, and those are a good memory to me. Then also back in 1990s, and the buses, most of them are like no air conditioning and they just open the window. Nowadays, I believe a lot of buses, they have air condition equipped, and but back then, because the buses they don't have the windows that open downwards, but instead they open like regular open left and right. So if the person sit in front of me and that person opened the window, then the wind will blow right on my face. I still remember that, and that was a terrible experience, but I actually love it because those were funny days. Because whenever we get on the bus, we wish the person in front of us don't want to open the window. And also, I think 30 years ago, the cars, they are not as powerful, so everybody drive very carefully, and they are not going to just slap on the brake and then just whew. And of course, less road rage also, because like all the cars, they're not as powerful, and people were not as aggressive driving at that time. Nowadays, I feel like a lot of people, they when the traffic light turned green and then everybody just trying to get to the first place or something, which I don't know if it just happened in the city or Canada or America, but I feel like back in the days, people drive better. Now everybody got a smartphone with a camera, but back in the day in 1990s, we have camera, but we use the film. So people usually only take pictures when it's a very special occasions or taking a good memories. So every time you see people, they take out the camera, it's for good. But now everybody take pictures. A lot of people, they take it for pranking. They want to prank people. They want to make, Photoshop the pictures until it is completely different from the original. And I think the purpose of taking pictures in camera is not the same anymore, and also not in a good way. Megapixel is getting so much clear, so much sharp. I think I prefer the old way with a little bit of grain, even with the little date on the bottom corner. That is something that I really miss. I don't know if young people, they know about the idols that were so popular during the 1990s. My favorite one was Backstreet Boys. Shape of My Heart, As Long as You Love Me, Britney Spears. Also, I think Jessica Simpson. And also, there's a lot of famous idols in Asia as well, such as like Andy Lau or Amuro Namie. Those are popular too. I don't know much about the musician now because sometimes I listen to some in public places. They have some music, but I don't know who sings it. Like the musics just aren't as good. I feel like now if you go to a lot of websites or YouTube, they have the comment section. Even CNN or any news channel or news website, they have the comment section. And I feel like those comment section is unnecessary because why do you want to comment on the news? And most of the time, people are just hateful and aggressive and disrespectful on the comment section. And I feel like this is doing more harm than good. And back in the days, they don't really do that. If they want people for advice and comments, the journalists would just go on the street and try to ask people. But now, the journalists, they just take whatever going on online or on chat rooms and then grab those resources, clickbait or something. And I feel like this is not good and I'm still not used to it. The young people right now probably don't know that we used to make pen friends. In the magazine, like where I'm from, in the magazine they have the pen friends section. So people will write a letter to the publisher. People will write a letter to the publisher with their message, and then the magazine will put it on the magazine, and people will have the address, I believe, or something. So we will write an actual letter and send it to them to make pen friend. I have done that. I don't know if you have, but we have exchanged letter a couple of years, and we don't send our profile picture. We send the actual photograph in the letter and send it. And whenever we receive a letter, we see the actual writing. And also it is not as instant like WhatsApp or these kind of apps now. We used to need to wait maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, just to see the letter about we're talking about how our day is going or what do we study. We need to wait a week or even longer. The way we feel when we're waiting for the letter, it is very exciting, and I still remember that. I mean, this is something that we should keep doing and not nowadays it's too easy. Like making friends or keeping contact with long distance is way too easy sometimes because it's too easy, so people forget how valuable it is to maintain a relationship with someone very far away. So I don't know how long this video is, but I just want to stop it here. If you want some more contents like this about talking about different things and maybe the 1990s, there's still a bunch of them. So I have experience and I wish I could share this with you. And if you also have some experience like that, let me know.